Hello, everyone. My name's Jenifer. Of course, I live in Southwark. I can talk about when I was younger. My parents have 12. One died, so it was 9 of us that was born in England. And being younger, I didn't understand much, but you see. And it wasn't easy for my father came over here within the 40s or the 50s and so on. And of course, he sent for my mum, and it was difficult to get a house for children. It was like only 2 rooms with all of us, like at them times there. And yes, I went to school. I went to Stockwell Primary. I noticed it's still open. I went to Primary Park Girls' School, and so on. It was quite. It was difficult for my parents because I remember my mother. She used to work in Stockwell. They used to have a factory that they do these gold and silver flower vase and so on. But she had the asthma, so she was sickly. Always honor her like. And my father, he would work with the foundation group, so he would work at night and so on. But he was a very industrious man and hardworking. And he bought a house, I remember, in Gresham Road, in Brixton. And then he sold that house, and then we moved to Hubert Grove. So 41 Hubert Grove, there was a house there that he had. He bought that house. And then from that house, I'm just watching my father doing things. He sold that house from Hubert Grove, and then we came down to Daniel Road. So in those times while I was young, everything was more around Acre Lane, Brixton, Stockwell, them areas there. So then when it went to 74, I think it was Wilson or Wilson as the Prime Minister then, who was in power, or Edward East, I'm not sure which one of them. But 74, my father took us all out to Jamaica, right? And when we first got there, it was fine, but for some reason I couldn't keep up, because it was too hot for me. Yeah, too hot. Yeah. And the mosquitoes, not to mention. Yeah, and it was difficult, and because it was so much of us all at once there. Of course, he did buy a house, but what happened was it was the house that he bought. I think the man, which was a Chinese man, he showed him a picture of a 3 or 4 bedroom house. I don't know how it happened, but when we got there, it was just a 2 bedroom. Yeah. So, and it was like some black columns, I don't know. Anyway, my father did some extension and he put some more rooms on and so forth. But things got a bit harder then. And of course, schools was in shifts. So this brother went to school with the uniform in the morning, and when he came back from school, the other brother was wearing the same uniform in the evening. Wow. So it was like that, So we coped, and my father, going to Jamaica, he wanted to be a farmer, so he became a farmer in Manchester. So he will farm the food, he will stay every 2 weeks and then come home. But by this, we're still young and so on. I didn't know the country that well. And, my mom, she was like a mother and a father. She did everything. She worked very hard, and she would do cleaning, washing, clothes and things like that, just to keep the family together and keep us going. My father would be, as I said, he goes to country, come back. But then still, what he did in the country, he bought a house. He bought the land and built the house. So that was the good thing about it and so forth. My mother died in 98. Yeah, and my father, he passed it in 2011. But also growing up, I must say, in England, it wasn't as how it looks now. The only thing I've noticed now from then, we had the light posts were more bigger, blue and cream, you can drop a needle and you pick it up. But now you notice everything's dim. You understand? You can't see properly outside, it's dim. But then it was very bright. You can see everything. And also, we didn't have speech language therapy. So I've got a problem with the S and H and the P and H talking. So unless I say it fast, you might not notice, but I have got that problem. So we didn't have that. At school, it wasn't too bad. We had lunch. Lunch was brilliant then. And we would get a pint of milk. Because we used to have the milkman that deliver milk to the house, but at school you get a pint of milk and so forth. That was good.
So when did you kind of come to Southwark?
And I came to Southwark, to live in Southwark. When I came back from Jamaica, of course I was in Russian Road, this house, because when I came back with my brother, we came to stay with families, but realised that they weren't there no more. So the taxi man was such a nice man. I had some letters to deliver to someone, and then he went and spoke with the lady, and they took me and my brother in. But it was just both of us that came back. Yeah. And then I stayed there for a while, trying to find out where the rest of the family were. And then eventually I got to find out where they were. They were more Mackenzie and Gail, you know. So I found. And then from there, of course, went to the town hall a few nights, stayed there a bit. Until the morning, nothing. Kept going there until finally they gave us somewhere to stay. And then that's how I was a temporary accommodation. But it started from B&B first. I couldn't eat the breakfast for some reason. Every time the breakfast was made, when I eat it, I wanted to bring it back home. So I didn't want to do it in the dining area, so I would try an excuse and go nicely and then go and do it, because I just couldn't. So, and then we got a temporary accommodation, and then from there, yes, of course, I'm in Southwark. I've been in Southwark for quite a while. Where I'm living now, it's over 20 years now since I've been there. Been there for a while. And it's nice.
And
you get a lot of help.
You stay here?
Oh yes, I do. I stay here. I mean, I now got 2 special needs children. They're my brother's kids, because my biological, I've only got 2 children. Yeah, and yes, I've worked in Southwark, and between Southwark and Lambeth. I've done phlebotomy at King's, and I was working with Mira Sheridan Centre with children, there, and so forth. So it's around, but Southwark, yes, it's great. And you meet with people, you smile, unless they feel like smiling, they will smile. The only thing I went to Jamaica, I was smiling, and they think that you're in love with them.
That's Jamaican.
So
welcome.
So but otherwise, everything is great, and I'm glad that I'm here and so forth. That's it. I round up quickly.
You want to keep going?
It's all right. There's special needs, and having children with special needs, and in Southwark, it's been brilliant, because Southwark here, actually I do the housekeeping here, and we used to do church down here. We used to have church down here, and I remember the manager who was here before, he just said to me, I had to leave my work because of the little girl, because she was really not too good in 2014, so I had to leave my main job. So I came to church here, and then I was upstairs one day, and the manager said to me, do you know of anyone that needs a job? And I said, really? I would. He said, don't mess about. I said, I'm serious, I do. And then that's how I started. And it's been some time now I've been here. So, and they're brilliant people here. And so forth. And we've got Kathy, she's new. And quite a few of them. I think the only one I know is Lydia. She's been here for a while. Lydia's been here for a while. And so on. And they had a, what's her name, Javina, but she left. She's new. She was new, even though she left, she was new. But, and Jason's always been here as well, so I'm familiar, so That sounds
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah, yeah.